funny mashups.
Nobody can do it like me. Nobody. Nobody can do it like me. Honestly.
Nobody's stronger than me.
Nobody has better toys than I do.
There's nobody bigger or better at the military than I am.
Nobody
Yeah,
loves the Bible
sure.
more than I do. Nobody builds walls better than me. Nobody's
Sure.
better to people with disabilities than me. Nobody's fighting for the veterans like I.
He literally made fun of like a news reporter that had like a disability. Remember, he was like, "Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember." Remember that?
I'm fighting for the veterans.
There's nobody that's done so much for equality as I have.
There's nobody more pro-Israel than I am.
What?
There's nobody more conservative than me.
There is nobody that respects women more than I do. Nobody would be tougher on ISIS than Donald Trump.
There's nobody's ever had crowds like Trump has had.
Maybe.
There's nobody
Okay.
that understands the horror of nuclear better than me. And nobody even understands.
The N-word. Nuclear. The N-word.
Stands it for me. It's called devaluation. The sale of the uranium that nobody knows what it means. I know what it means. Nobody knows more about trade.
We
than
know
me.
what
Nobody
uranium
knows
is.
the game better than I do. Nobody in the history of this country has ever known so much about infrastructure as Donald Trump.
Oh,
I know
sure.
the
Yeah.
H-1B, I know the H-2B. Nobody knows it better than me.
Nobody.
Trump literally gets his steel and shit for his buildings from China, like the cheapest steel. And then he turns around and shits on China all the time. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you're a businessman. You're gonna get the cheapest things. Of course China has it, and you're gonna use it.
Knows politicians better than I do.
Nobody knows more about taxes than I do.
Nobody knows more about debt than I do. Nobody knows the system better than me. I have many friends. Many friends. All of my friends, so many. Steve, I see over here.
Steve, yo,
Marco
Steve,
Rubio is a
Marco
very,
Rubio.
very good friend of mine.
Yo, Marco Rubio is Cuban, bro. Imagine that. That's crazy. He's a traitor. That guy's a fucking traitor. He's not a real Cuban. I'd take Marco Rubio's Cuban card away.
Tom Brady's a friend of mine. My friend Elton John. George Steinbrenner was a good friend of mine.
Howard Stern was a friend of mine.
We've been friends for a long time. A friend of mine's a
Kanye!
great friend of mine's a great
Oh,
excavator.
yay.
I have a friend who builds plants. I have friends that are reporters.
A friend of mine who's in law enforcement.
My best friends have become fire marshals.
The generals have become very good friends of mine.
My biker friends. A friend who's a doctor. A friend who's a farmer. I know the insurance companies. They're friends of mine.
I have many friends that are liberal, and I think they're wonderful people. I have friends that are wonderful business people.
I have friends that are very wealthy people. Friends of mine go bankrupt.
I have many friends who are women.
And I have some very smart friends don't agree with me. I had a friend who's a very smart guy and a very streetwise guy. A friend of mine, he's a world champion. A friend of mine who happens to be a great athlete. He happens to be African American.
He
I have a
happens
friend,
to be.
big guy, one of the biggest in the world. I have a friend. He's a very substantial guy. Tough cookies. I better not mention their names, and two of them are friends of mine. Friends also that have become addicted to drugs. My friend, he was my friend. He passed away. He was my friend. I have a friend every year he goes to.
Okay. Look at all of Trump's friends. You got Steve over here. Maybe Steve from Minecraft. I don't know which Steve, which Steve who. Steve Jobs, maybe. This is a long time ago. I don't know. You go Marco Rubio, a fake-ass Republican Cuban. Tom Brady, okay. Look at all these motherfuckers. These are all wealthy, you know, high up there people. A great excavator. I don't know who that is. I don't know about that. Great manufacturer. I'm sure he does know somebody like that. A plant builder, a law enforcement person. I mean, I'm sure people go up to you and ask you for your autograph all the time. You could say that about anything. He's lying. Bikers, insurance companies. I'm sure he's friends with insurance companies or somebody related to them. Wonderful business people, wealthy people. Of course, we know that. Bankrupt people. Oh, yeah, you bet. Trump himself went bankrupt like 6 times. So... just knowing, I need to stop shaking my leg. Causes the phone to fall. Trump went bankrupt 6 times, so just knowing that in itself, it's like, of course, you idiot. Yo.
Friends that won't go to France.
Estúpido.
Live in California. So many friends in New Hampshire. A lot of good friends out in Iowa. Friends that live in Texas. Friends in Wisconsin.
I have friends that love to go to their church.
I have friends that frankly aren't Christian.
I have many Jewish friends.
I have many friends that are Muslim. Many Chinese friends. Friends in Saudi Arabia. Friends in Mexico. Friends in Japan. So many friends in Turkey. Many friends in South Korea. I have so many friends from this area. Friends that live all over the place. I have no friends as far as I'm concerned.
I have no friends. So he tore down all his arguments right there. He's all in it for himself. He's fake.